Hi everyone, welcome back to the second episode of Umicatalks. Today we have Simran Chawla in conversation with us. Now Simran has been a commerce student all her life. She's also the founder of the Entrepreneurship Development Cell in her college. Currently, she's working in the corporate world, and along with that, she also is running an Instagram page called Simran in Vogue, where she posts awesome, inspirational, fashion related content. Simran, welcome to the podcast.
Hi, Umica. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm really well. I'm really well. Yeah. So, so finally we are doing this
Doing
because
this.
it was due from past 2 weeks, I think, and I'm so sorry I didn't get time, and I'm just stuck with a lot of things right now. So just please bear with me.
That's all right. With juggling with these two hats on your
Yeah.
head with so much responsibility, it becomes difficult. So,
Sometimes it becomes, yes.
So in fact, that was about to be my first question: that how has been, juggling these two hats, because both the things are something which requires a lot of attention and they're time demanding and they need focus. So
Agreed. It
yeah.
it actually uh, I like from the beginning when I was in college, I thought that I will do something, but I didn't have the courage to maybe put my step into it. But finally, I thought of let's just do it, and what else can happen? What is the worst can happen? So I was already studying after my college as well, and I got a job in 2019 after my college, and I'm still studying, and studying and working working as a part-time job as a digital creator is one of the, I would say, you have to just manage a lot of things accordingly. Prioritize prioritize your time accordingly. So it has been a little bit difficult, but when you love something and you want to do it, so you just don't have to take your time. It automatically does, you automatically know that, okay, if I have 2 hours spare on a weekend, then I'm going to do this. If I'm going to shoot a video or something like that, so it automatically happens if you love something. So yeah, that's my theory actually.
Great. In fact, that is something I believe too, because this thing, you were not forced to do this thing. This is something that we're voluntarily doing because we love it so much.
Yeah, agreed.
Also, entrepreneurship development cell. So how did that happen from the entrepreneurship cell, from the entrepreneur Simran to this fashion blogger come content creator?
Okay, so so when I still remember when I was in like I just got into second year, one of my friend calls me and she says, "Ki, there are auditions for the society and just go for it." Okay, so I went there and the faculty took my interviews and everything. So and on the same day, or maybe I think 2 to 3 days after, the results were about to release, and I was the secretary or joint secretary in the first year of the entrepreneurship cell, and so we were sort of the founding members. The whole team was sort of the founding members of the cell, and I was fine. Okay, that's great, and let's do something. I was not sure that I am going to be the president or I want to be the president in next year. I was not at all, I didn't have this aspiration because I till the time I was the president till the end day, I was still working. I was not the president, you can say. I was one of the members who was actually working towards the team. Okay, so something happens, and we worked hard. We worked so much. I still remember we were when there was an event coming up, and we were so much into, what do you call, we were working day and night, and I haven't studied this much in my 12th standard. This amount of hard work I haven't done in my 12th standard as well. So, and it was not, I would not call it as the work. I would call that, yes, I wanted to do that. And it was not something which I knew that, oh no, I want to be an entrepreneur. No, it was something which was meant to be. It happened, it came in my way, and I chose it. And then after that, in third year, me and one of my friend, we were the co-presidents. We became the co-presidents. We, ran the society. And I think that was one of the we conducted international e-summit, and that was one of the biggest events in the college, in our tenure basically. And I was so happy about it that, okay, in my tenure I did really good. I was so happy about it. So I would say that entrepreneurship, so people usually have this, thing in their mind that entrepreneurship skills are only meant for the people who, start their own startup or who have their own businesses. So it's in reality, in practical world, it's nothing like that. The entrepreneurship skill, each and every person should have that leadership skill, that entrepreneurship spirit. Even if you are working in a company, even if you are working in a corporate job or anything like that, you must have that entrepreneurship skill in you. It doesn't matter you have your own business or not, you have your own boutique or not, it doesn't matter. You just need to have that entrepreneurship spirit in you if you want to grow in whatever you're doing. So yeah.
And generally, like when like you said that you started this entrepreneurship cell, and when you finished college and now you've started Simran in Vogue. So
Yeah.
basically, as I've seen a lot of times, parents are not very readily convinced about these things, that even if it's
Right.
on the side, sometimes they're like, you're already juggling with a 9 to 5, which is again very requires a lot of hard work and time and everything. And how did you convince your parents for it, or what was their reaction to this?
So, fortunately, my parents listened to me, and they like me, my mother, and my father. They were not, to be very honest, they were not as open in beginning. I would say maybe when I was in school, they were not that open, like, for having a conversation. They still are sometimes reserved in some sort of conversation, but I force them to sit down and talk to them, talk to me about anything, be it. So what I feel is there is a huge generation gap. Not huge as in not 40 years, 50 years, but generation gap of like 10 years is a 10 years is a lot, time period. Okay. And so they have this thing in their mind that you can only earn with your muscle power or your what do you call it, uh, mental skills. You know what I'm saying, right? So you can only earn with your technical skills or anything on this thing. So they don't have this thing, they don't know, or they just can't absorb this thing that we can earn through internet as well while sitting at home. So they just know that if you want to earn, you just have to get out of your house and use your mind or use your muscle power to earn. That's this because in the earlier time, like if you say 20 years back or 25 years back, they didn't know internet was a thing. They didn't know Instagram could there could be a thing called Instagram where people can actually post pictures and post videos and they can earn from that. They didn't know about it. They don't know about the collaborations. So this is a little bit of a gap, which I totally understand. It's difficult for parents to absorb this children, and I can totally understand that. But the what I did was, my major thing was, because I knew that Instagram cannot only be the one thing which I'll be doing. I knew that. Because see, if you are starting on social media, if you want to do something on social media, this doesn't generate revenue instantly.
Right.
This will not generate revenue instantly. It will take time. It will take, it depends on your work as well, obviously. But if I talk about like if I generalize it, it will be taking around what, I think, a year. You have to increase your followers, you have to collaborate with the different brands, you have to talk to different brands. So it depends, and it is not going to generate revenue according to your expenses specifically, right? If I talk about, okay, if I say that okay, I'll be just doing my Instagram, and I'll not be working anymore in my corporate job, and I'll earn, and I'll just try to cover up my expenses from that only. It is not going to happen. I know myself. I know like what sort of expenses do I have, and I know from where I have to get the revenue or get my salary apparently, and cover it. I haven't asked for money from my parents for like what, 2.5 years. Even when I was in college, I was doing something or the other to just save, or just I didn't used to ask for money. So you just have to know that if you are if you want to do something, you just have to have something in your hand, like as a backup. If you want to do Instagram, then have a backup of your job so that you can earn from there. And even और अगर ऐसी situation होती भी है ना, trust me, I have seen that parents कुछ नहीं बोलते जब उनको पता होता है ना कि you are working in a company, because parents want to tell their relatives, tell their friends, oh, okay, my daughter is working in this company, okay, my son is working in this company, so they're just happy. उसके बाद आप कुछ भी कर रहे हो, they don't give, they will not think about it. So there are some tricks. It seems like I'm giving a tutorial to how to, parents ko manana kaise hai. But it's different, and you should also understand that it is a bit difficult for them as well to, absorb this thing, this social media world. So yeah, try to talk to them. This is what I did.
Oh, that's great. Someone who has sorted in all aspects of corporate job, internet, parents, everything.
It's not. It just looks, what do you call it? The grass is always greener on the other side. What people say, right? So you just have to keep on working on something, and वो एक चीज पे बहुत रेयर होती है सिचुएशन जब आप एक चीज पे आके रुक जाते हो, and you know, okay, this is the highest point. But उस चीज तक पहुंचने के लिए you have to work a lot.
And what about Instagram? Like, since you've started it and now it's on almost 4,000 followers, almost. Yeah. So how has that journey been?
So I was actually very keen to work on Instagram and all, but in the beginning I was not consistent, and consistency is the key on social media. And uske alawa you can't just there are hundreds and hundreds of people doing the same thing. Okay, so it's very difficult to be a little more different, be creative, so that Instagram picks up your content. Okay, so I started like constantly started in I think December 2020, if I'm not wrong. Yes. So I started with that, and I started posting videos and reels and everything. And I am currently not consistent on my Instagram, and I know that because I've been very busy with my job and studies. I have my exams coming up, so just trying to juggle. So that's how it goes, and it has been a good journey till now. And there are some pros and cons of each and everything, and you have to deal with it if you like it. And I've been doing the same, and yeah, I think that's pretty much fine till now.
Maybe let's talk about Instagram followers. Now we have a set of followers. If there's a personal profile, so you'll have a set of followers that you maybe know in personal life, and then on an open profile like this, you would have people that you just don't know, and then there are a set of people who will keep you grounded. Ki, okay, now do this, now do that. You know what I mean. So how has that been in your case? Like, do you ever feel like, oh, okay, now we have this many followers, and now, yes, I'm also an Instagram influencer or something.
What I have seen is I have, and like so when you start doing something, what you expect? that your parents or maybe your friends, they just support you. You
Mm,
just expect this, right?
mm,
But and I have seen a lot of my friends and uh, people I know, they don't exactly do that. They will just try to put you down, okay? And they will be your friends on the face, but at the back, at your back, they will be talking about your, and they will be making fun of your things, making fun of what you do. So I have seen that, and I have been a victim of that thing. But what I did was, I tried to keep a distance from them, because I have, so what I know about myself is that I it affects me, these things affects me, and I know it shouldn't, because if I want to work on social media, there will be a lot of comments and DMs regarding a lot of things, and I don't want to explain it here, because people are quite understood about this line. um, I have been you know I've been seeing these DMs and comments, and or maybe comments you get from your friends as well. So I've seen that, and it's the what is the last thing you can do? Just try to keep a distance from them. That's it. And there I have heard a lot of, and if I say that, people say that there are a lot of people, there are a lot of friends, or maybe there are a lot of your relatives who say these things, but you can't just cut down from them.
right.
It's the last thing you can do is just avoid and just ignore. I have those relatives as well. I have everything. Trust me. I have all those toxic friends. I have all those toxic followers. I have all those toxic relatives. So I have everything. So I obviously there are some days which I don't want to talk to anyone, or we maybe don't want to post anything on Instagram, and I just take my time, because I know I haven't pressurized myself with Instagram. Trust me, because there I have seen some people who earn from Instagram only. Their source of income is just Instagram, and obviously they will be pressurized. Obviously, if they don't post a day, or maybe if their one video doesn't work, it will be a mental pressure. I totally understand them. But if I talk about myself, or if I talk about the people who want to do something, but they have something in their back, like as a backup, I would just say try to, take your time, and then try to avoid these people. Just surround yourself with people who are positive, who supports you. Okay, that's the major point, and that support from, even if a single person supports you, na, that's a huge relief. That will cover up all the toxic comments you get. So yeah, that's what I've done.
Well, I'm sure, and this is something I think everyone who's on Instagram or everyone who's taking up this up as a profession has to face, and all of us learn to deal with it with time on our own pace. Uh, and lastly, Simran, would you like to give any piece of advice to people who are, in a 9 to 5 job in a corporate, and they want to do something like this, something that's their passion or hobby side by side, and are not able to do that?
So I have been saying this a lot of times, even to my friends and everyone, that if you want to do something on, not specifically on social media, if you want to follow your passion, see that what I've been repeating this is that there are two things. One thing is which you want to do, and the other is which you have to do. And 95% of the time, these two things doesn't match. Okay, but that is not the end of the world. If you want to be a photographer, if you want to be a chef, do it on your own time, and just think about it, and just sit down and plan first. Then then know, like, because if you want to follow something, it will be, it will need at least a little bit of revenue. Sorry, not revenue, finance. It will require a little bit of finance. Okay, if you want to learn something, if you want to be a chef, and if you want to learn some sort of course, And if you want to be a photographer, if you want to purchase a camera, very good camera, it will require finance. And if you don't have money, how will you do that? So what I do, like have I would suggest that think of a backup, have a job, earn from that, and try to put that salary into your passion, because that is I am just talking as a middle class family girl, okay? Because I have not been born with a silver spoon in my mouth, and I have earned, and then I have done whatever I want to do. So I'm not saying the parents didn't provide me anything. They have provided me each and everything which I required, which was good for me. But there are some things which you want to do, but your parents sometimes doesn't understand. You want to do that. So it's just much better to have a job, earn from that, and put it in your passion. That's it. I always say that have a backup plan, because what if in rainy days your photography doesn't work and you are not a good photographer? It's just, I'm not saying, I'm not criticizing anyone. It's just that it's a, you know, it's a mirror.
Right.
I'm just putting a mirror in front of you, because by the end of the day, maybe you're not a good photographer. It's okay. It's okay to accept it. All right. So you are not a good photographer. You will not just sit there and just think about it. अब तो मैं अच्छा photographer बन नहीं पाया, अब मैं क्या करूँ? So it's much better to have a job कि ताकि आपको पैसों की टेंशन ना हो. Right? So because कुछ भी लेना यार, आपको कुछ भी खरीदना, it will require money. This is my theory, because पैसे के बिना कुछ नहीं कर सकते हो. So it's just much better कि आप जितनी जल्दी खुद खास करके independent हो जाओ. That's the best thing you can do. As soon as you get independent, there is a, I have seen my parents के जब वो बहुत ज़्यादा टेंशन में होते थे कि सिमरन का कॉलेज खत्म हो गया है, अब उसे जॉब करनी है, अब क्योंकि because when in 2020 pandemic, I've been working from home for a year now. I think day before yesterday was my work from home anniversary. So they have seen me and they were quite tensed in pandemic, that because a lot of companies have laid off their employees.
True.
So even I was a little tense that oh यार ऐसा ना हो जाए कहीं मुझे कोई कंपनी निकाल ना दे, because ये अब इतना सोचो, अगर एक कॉर्पोरेट जॉब में इतनी टेंशन हो सकती है, तो अगर आप स्टार्टअप कर रहे हो, अगर आप अपना कुछ कर रहे हो, तो उसमें टेंशन तो और भी ज्यादा हो सकती है कि आपका काम चले या ना चले. You getting my point? So and if you are doing two things ना, just have a backup कि ठीक है, अगर मुझे फोटोग्राफी करनी है ना, I'll do it on a weekend, and during the weekdays I will work, I will earn. And I'm not sure about the name, but I know one of the photographers. He lives in Goa, and he works in a corporate world. He works in a corporate world, and he's a very renowned photographer. I don't remember the name. He's a very renowned photographer, and वो corporate job करते हैं 9 to 5, and वो weekend पे shoot करते हैं. And उन्होंने ही ऐसे अपना जैसे Instagram page, he loved it. तो obviously बात है, I got inspired from that person, because अगर वो कर सकते हैं with a corporate job and he can shoot on weekends, so why can't we? He is just a human being and we are the same. True. So we can do that. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Simran, for this amazing podcast. I'm sure everyone's going to love it.
I'm sure. Okay, thank you, Umica, for having me here on your channel, and I would love to see how people react to this video, and I'm sure they will drop a little good comments. I'm sure about it.
So guys, this was our second episode with Simran Chawla, and you know the drill, you know what to do. If you like this video, like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and I will link Simran's Instagram in the description below. Go follow her if you're not following her already. You will get some amazing fashion related inspirational content, which I'm sure all of you are going to love. So yeah, until then, stay strong, stay safe. Goodbye.